I want to go across to Priyanka Mishra, joining us from Dubai, to also understand the impact of the strike. How are people looking at it? Regular day in Dubai and Palm Jumeirah impacted by that strike. What is the sense among the people? Priyanka,
Hi, yes.
can you hear me?
Hi, yes, I can hear you now. Hi, good evening.
All right, Priyanka, thank you for speaking to India Today. Do give us a sense of what was observed when that hit happened in Palm Jumeirah. What is the impact? What is the sense among people? Is there a sense of panic, chaos? What's happening?
Okay, so I live very close to Palm Jumeirah, say about 8 to 10 kilometers. So from here, I can hear the explosives and the bombing. It's been 4 to 5 hours that I have been hearing these noises, this loud bombing and explosion noises. Though situation here in my area looks under control, yeah. So, but I don't know what's happening there in Palm Jumeirah actually. But my
Continue talking
surroundings,
to us.
it looks pretty under control. But yes, yeah, my team is there, so I think it's pretty disturbing there in Palm Jumeirah. But I can see those missiles, over because it's Marina area. I can see the missiles. I can hear those bombing noises all around my area.
Any advisory that has been issued yet? What are people expecting, especially in the next couple of hours, in the next 24 hours to be precise, given the fact that there is tension, if there could be another strike, what are the Gulf players likely to do? Flights have been suspended, airports not functional. What is it that you're hearing from people?
Yes, the airspace has been shut down since morning, and we have been advised to stay indoors and stay safe. That's it. Yes, we are not allowed to. We are not advised to move out. We have been asked to stay indoors and stay safe.
All right. All right. Do stay on with us. Adrian Calimal, I want to come back to you to really understand how US is really measuring the sort of response that has come in to understand regime pressure, of course, regime change, and that has been discussed. But could there be containment? Are they expecting further escalation? And if that is, how are they preparing for it?
I don't know. I think UAE government is pretty much capable of taking the situation under control very soon.
All right. Priyanka, let me take that question to Mr. Calimal.
Trying to negotiate with this regime since 2016. As bad as Pakistan is with a nuclear weapon, the regime would have a nuclear weapon, and the region can't afford to have that. Where Pakistan uses it in a case of nuclear blackmail, the real concern is that the regime will come true on their promise of death to Israel and death to America. They would be the first country in the world that both enriches and reprocesses that does not possess a nuclear weapon. And when they kill 40,000 of their own people, clearly they have little regard for humanity. So this no longer, Khamenei had his chance. He had his chance. He had his nuclear program, or he had possible regime collapse. And this is what he's getting, regime collapse. And as far as ballistic missiles go, the regime only has a finite supply of them. And every time they pull out a mobile launcher, we find out where it is. Once there's bows and arrows. Once we figure out where all the bows are, and a lot of them have been taken out, the arrows are useless. And those are the ballistic missiles.
All right. Again, continuing to watch, well, even as we understand that from diplomatic sparring to the brink of nuclear war, where does this conflict stand on the escalation ladder? Sandeep Unithan breaking that down for our viewers. Let's take a look.
But the US and Israel carried out a series of airstrikes against Iran, and Iran has retaliated by attacking US bases in the region, in West Asia. Now, the region, the entire West Asia, is a tinderbox of sorts. And today, those attacks, the attacks from Iran, the initial attacks from Israel and the United States have plunged the region into a very, very dangerous ground. No one knows where exactly this is headed. So we've got this escalation ladder to make sense of where this crisis could be heading. If it continues, where would the conflict go? We first have the diplomatic war. We've passed the diplomatic war, the economic sanctions, and of course, the military preparedness. Today, we are at the stage of limited war. And after the limited war, if this continues for the next couple of days, it could escalate into a full-scale war, which is the United States continuing attacks against Iran, targets missile sites, surface-to-air missile sites, cruise missile production centers, ballistic missile production centers, in an attempt to defang Iran of its cruise and ballistic missile production centers. That's been one key area that they've been looking at in the talks. It's been asking Iran to virtually surrender its ballistic missile making capabilities. Now, the United States has the ability now to do this from the air. And if the war continues, then you're looking at a full-scale war. A full-scale war possibly covering larger parts of Iran and possibly a ground invasion as well, though the troops for that don't seem to be in place yet. But if this continues, this is exactly the chain of escalation that could follow. And this is one reason why the world will be looking at this conflict very closely, because after it crosses the point of a full-scale war, you're entering dangerous territory. You're looking at a limited nuclear war, when the United States could possibly use tactical nuclear weapons to achieve its objectives in Iran, to possibly hit at deeply buried sites,